Well, Hurricane Ian could have another impact on Florida. In 36 more days, the midterm elections take place in those two southern counties hit hardest by the hurricane, Lee and Charlotte counties. Today, Duval and other county elections offices are ready to step in and make sure that the elections there go off without a hitch. News 4 Jax reporter Jim Piggott joining us live from the elections office. Jim?
You know, what they could do is send equipment, election equipment, voting equipment that would be needed. I was talking to Mike Hogan about that today here at the supervisor's office. And, you know, when it comes to these type of storms, every county needs to be ready. In fact, here in Duval County, they were working during the storm when many offices were closed, just in case. While Ian was threatening us and hitting hard in South Florida, election workers in Jacksonville were on hand. They worked through the storm, processing vote-by-mail ballots that had to be sent in the mail last Friday. Supervisor of Elections Mike Hogan says they got the job done, but now the focus is on Southwest Florida. Their elections have to take place as well. And Hogan says he and other county supervisors of elections are here to help.
Everybody's jumping in and saying, you know, whatever you need, let us know, because they may have lost equipment and their facility may have been damaged. So we're already planning on what we need to look in our shop that's surplus that we can send to somebody else.
So extra voting equipment can be sent if needed. Supervisors have been in contact with those in the area hit hard by the storm. Hogan says we were very fortunate here. While his crews worked through the storm to meet the deadlines, other county offices were closed. Workers here were sending out some of the 90,000 vote-by-mail ballots that had been requested. I asked him what would have happened had the storm hit us hard. Do we have contingency plans in place?
Every single supervisor has what's called a COOP plan. The COOP plan is continuing your operations in case of a disaster. And we have to update that for every election.
And a couple of things that I asked them about that, they would have to find various precincts to vote in if that would be the case. If precincts are destroyed, what are they going to do if we lose power? Those are part of the contingency plans that they have in place. You know, we saw some of this play out during Hurricane Michael. I think that was in 2018. Again, over on the West Coast in Bay County, they had to open up election centers. Well, they say they could do that here in Duval County if that would be the case. Now, coming up all new at 6 o'clock, we're going to take a look at those midterm elections. You know, they're calling for a 60% voter turnout. We're going to hear more about that and also about those vote-by-mail ballots that were sent out last week. For now, we're live downtown at the supervisor's office. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.